we say we create all the chances, we don't score enough goals. And the stats say, look at Xerxes today. Does he look like someone that's going to get you 18 to double figures?
He
No
reckons
chance.
he can turn him into a prolific goal scorer.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not.
But I don't think that's even who Xerxes is.
No,
That's
he's
another
a
story.
10.
But
He says that himself. And actually, we've not really laboured on it too much. The Bruno Fernandes red card.
Bloody hell.
Are you in the flex camp? I mean,
It doesn't matter.
He doesn't think it was a red. I did, but you're right. It doesn't
I
matter.
thought it was harsh.
It was harsh. He slipped, but it doesn't matter. I think that the red card almost was a great excuse for us as United
We've
fans.
said that, yeah.
But what it does do now is it gives them an excuse to take Fernandes out of the team, which actually we were advocating for.
After every single one he's played.
So you can put Xerxes in the 10. You can start Højlund up front, although again I thought he looked devoid of confidence today. But maybe
Without the pressure
Fernandes
of the
has done us
media.
a favour. He's bound to 3 games now. I think he does upset the structure in midfield because he does just sort of do his own thing.
But then we got injuries though, because I don't know if Kobe's all right.
But then
and
Eriksen
Mason
can,
Mount.
Eriksen can sit there with
So
us.
it's Ugarte, Casemiro with.
Can I be honest though, guys?
Go ahead.
I don't think it matters. Honestly, I'm
Gary Pallister
actually
was there today. We'll stick him at the back.
put him in. I've honestly got to the stage where I look at it now. I'm done with that. Do you know what we used to do before? This is what we used to do. I tell you what, Lindelof, Maguire. No. Listen, get them out of there. You know, we've got this Martinez guy now. We've got the Butcher. We've got the Rolls Royce for Varane. This, that, and the other. Fantastic.
Doesn't change.
You know. We've lost 7-0 with them guys. It's Maguire's fault. Let's get the armband off him. Give it out. Tell we need a proper leader. Get Bruno in there. Look where we're at now. We're now saying Bruno shouldn't even play for us anymore. Why did he get this new contract? Then we go, I tell you what, man, when Luke Shaw plays, it's fantastic.
How
we
many
need
times
this.
have we said such and such a body is the missing
Every
piece?
single time.
You're right.
I tell you what, I'm so glad Ahmad's in now. Now we're going to see the answer to the right-hand side. Now we're going to see someone really, has a tough time. You know what? I'm so glad Højlund's got another striker now. Now we can do this with him. Now we can do that with him. No, we can't. I'm so glad everyone's fit. I'm so glad that we got Amrabat in. We left him with Fiorentina, no pre-season, got him deadline day. He comes in, hardly plays, comes in near the end of the season, does all right. He leaves. I'm so glad we're going to get Ugarte. He's going to fix it. He's going to do this. Casemiro. It doesn't matter. And these are the things I'm talking about. When we're looking back to Ten Hag now, there's no more excuses.
But maybe what you've highlighted there is the fundamental issue that hasn't changed. The Ineos are here, but the Glazers are still very much part of the fabric of the football club. So you're saying, effectively, it doesn't matter who plays
only one man
for
left.
United. But does it matter who's in the dugout? Because we've churned up so many managers.
But then the bit
maybe
there,
this is just Manchester United.
Well,
maybe there is no saving the club.
Well, no. We will be back. I have no idea when.
We've been saying that for
100%.
11 years.
Liverpool was
years.
saying it for 20. What was it?
Well, that's what we've become.
Yeah,
We've
and that will
become
probably be us.
Of the 90s and the noughties.
But then what I mean though is like the last thing left to change in this cycle is going to be the manager. Yeah. We've literally just changed the whole structure. Yeah. We've got a new recruitment team. We've changed the whole backroom staff. Mitchell van der Gaag, his right-hand man's gone. Ruud van Nistelrooy was sitting with Rio Ferdinand saying, I got the call of Eric personally. He called me, told me he wanted to go. I couldn't believe it. So he's had that. He's had an extension of a contract. He's had 200+ million more. He's had injuries back. What do you want? Yeah. What do you want? You've won a couple of trophies. Yeah. What do you want?
I think, trust me, please, even to any camera, I stress it to all the cameras right now, do not bring in Gareth Southgate. The last appointment he had in club football was Middlesbrough. It's been a long time. He is not ready for that. Another manager, the other, Graham Potter, his biggest struggle was, it was incredible. Flex, his one was, he had the one when he came into the meeting and said, we just had some crisis talks. He came into the presser. Imagine the level of the questions that he's going to face in any press. If anything, for now, if we had to make a decision, then it's Ruud. Interim,
it's going to have to
see
be.
What happens.
For a little bit anyway, for 5, 6, 7 games, and then 5, 6, 7 games, and then knowing us, it will be Ruud's at the wheel because the bounce will be there and this, that, and the other. In this
last, to be some bounce.
Absolutely.
World's biggest trampoline.
In the last segment of the show, look, I know this is going to sound silly. Well, it's not going to sound silly. It's the fact. It's the truth. Ten Hag is still our manager.
Yeah.
He's going to be our manager against Porto. Barring losing 5-0 against Porto, he's going to be our manager against Aston Villa until this next international break. Angelina, I'll start with you. I feel like, what does he need to do? What changes can he make to the side? What can he do in this period? I know it's get wins.
Not show up. Just don't go. Just let someone
don't
else.
fly out to Portugal.
Yeah, just don't. Just
Let
say
Rudiger
you
do
lot
it.
go and you decide amongst yourselves. It's
Personnel, tactics.
it's so tough. Like I said earlier with Porto, on the one hand they're not the same side from last season. On the other hand, they will really want to make an impact after losing their first game in Europe. I mean, I'm grasping at straws here. I think one thing I will say, I do give Bruno Fernandes props for what he said after the game. He came out, he did speak to the media, he held his hands up. As much as he was saying it wasn't a red card and James Maddison told me it wasn't a red card, blah, 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 he did hold his hands up and say, I made it worse for my team and I take responsibility for that. I know he gets a lot of scrutiny as a captain. But is this maybe, is this Porto game a chance for him to really prove himself?
Yeah,
and to
he can actually play.
And to show why he's the captain, why he should be in that position. Is that something for him, some kind of redemption that he can have? I'm not too sure. It's really, really tough to think about this game. Porto is not an easy place to go. No. I've been to the stadium myself. The fans are really up for it. It's going to be very, very tough. I would like to see. I mean, it's hard to comment on the Marcus Rashford situation. Was he dropped him? Was he not dropped him? Things like that. I think maybe you do. Garnacho and Ahmad. Maybe go with that on the wings again.
Højlund, I think.
I think
yeah.
I would
He's
agree. I think that Højlund desperately needs some game time. I wouldn't really be mad if I didn't see Ugarte for a few games, to be honest, because he was pretty bad. And maybe we as much as people say his legs have gone and everything, maybe we give Eriksen a chance because he's actually been quite impressive. Yeah. During the international break, I think he did more or less okay during that, and then he's come back. And I understand that he made the mistake in the middle of the week, but he also scored a fantastic goal. You see some of the passes that he picks out at times are absolutely brilliant. Maybe, we give him a bit of a run in that game.
I dropped Dalot as well. I thought Dalot was atrocious today. I think he's had a poor season. I'll probably play Martinez left back and bring in another centre back. I mean, Maguire was injured today, but I think Dalot's been really poor compared to the standards that he hit last season.
I don't know why Ten Hag just doesn't shake because Managerial can play on the left hand side.
Yeah.
If Dalot's struggling put Dalot in his rightful position on the right hand side, that could be a move. But I know you're not talking about the Bruno redemption. I don't think we should waste our time with that. I think the smartest move if he's out for 3 games, you need to see what's going to work for your next couple of games. So what I would do is I would now
plan for that.
I'd plan for that. I've lost him for 3 games. Just imagine as a worldie, and then what are we going to do as United fans?
It's going to be Mount straight in there, I think. Well, I don't know how
his head injury. Yeah.
Is it bad?
Well, then you've got to think about rotation. We don't have him for 3 games, so do we use him in the European game? I don't know.
No, I think we have to literally plan for what it looks like without him because we're going to do this annoying thing. We probably win the game against Porto with Bruno and then have this excuse of, if we had Bruno, we would have won these games. Nope. Ten Hag now has to realise what he's going to do with this team. And the scary thing for me is, do you feel like he's struggling because he's got all these players he doesn't know what to play in?
I was just going to say, we might be overthinking it here, and Ten Hag's probably at home now, sat with his tombola machine and seeing what numbers come out because it does feel like that at times. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, guys, actually, you can see from the vibe and the feeling on the show, we're not in a good place, and I'm sure you guys watching at home are not as well. Unless you're a fan of a different club and you've come here to laugh, then you will be in a good place. But that's all we've got time for in this episode of the Inside Devils. Big shout out to KG making his debut. Sorry to draft you in on this awful day. I thought it'd be a good one. Bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Thanks.
A big shout out to Crook as always and Angelina. And big up to all of you guys. Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and thank you to Hotel Football for allowing us to be in here as well. We'll see you on another episode of Inside Devils very, very soon. Take care. Peace.